Hello and welcome Premier League fans on the weekly roundup for Premier League. Thank you so much for joining. We are entering the final stretch and we'll be talking about the title race. And to do everything, I have a very special guest with me. Please join me and welcome Somil Dave. Hey Somil, thank you for joining and taking the time out.
Hello, Prashant. Good evening to you, and hello to everyone who's listening right now or maybe looking at it later on. And thank you so much for putting the word Premier League title race. It just feels very nice that there are some people still believing there is a title race going on, and hopefully there will be. So
Yep.
yes, really excited to doing this once again. And yeah,
Thank you. Thank you so much. And as we have talked about, so we will begin now. Okay, let's get to the relegation. I think this is one of the unique, let me put it this way. This is one of the biggest differentiating factors that English Premier League offers compared to any other league. The kind of enthusiasm and passion that fans show in not just obviously the heartbreak that they get, but also just to figure out, like, it's an intrigue every season as to how the relegation fight will pan out. And thankfully, I mean, we always have typically those one or two clubs that are at the bottom, and the third club is where the fight happens. And this season hasn't disappointed as well. Although the people still say that Sheffield United or West Brom may still have a chance, especially West Brom, given the Sam Allardyce as at the helm. So our PLM Magic Crystal Ball has suggested that again it will be, sorry to say Premier League fans, but it will be too close to call. But I mean, if we have to predict, I would say that Newcastle will survive. If that makes the fans happy, Newcastle United will survive. However, it will be a very very close battle, as you can see in this illustration. You can see that the difference between Newcastle and Fulham, well, they are almost on, our model has predicted they'll be on equal points, and it might just be an odd win, a odd draw, or a goal difference which might determine where the difference is. And unfortunately, West Brom and Sheffield United will have to give them a goodbye this season. What do you think about that, Sawmill relegation battle?
I think Fulham is the team that I'm really worried for. I mean, they have really played well this season, and they have been one of the teams that has consistently played well. There have not been many occasions where they've been completely blitzed away by a big team, and but the worst thing for them was when they were actually playing well, they weren't really picking up any points, and that's always a very bad sign for a team struggling on the wrong end of the table, because you want to make sure that when you are playing well, you pick up something from the games. They didn't really have a lot of attacking threat and a lot of goals in them. It improved after Lookman got fit again, and the famous Sunderland documentary striker Josh Maja coming in for them in the second half of the season. But you look at that team; they have Mitrovic, they have
Yeah,
Solanke, and they still don't have enough goals in them.
goals in
So I
them.
think that is it's going to be disappointing to see them go down. Scott Parker has done a brilliant job at the club. I mean, the last time they went down, I mean, we thought it would be one of those slides that will just continue down the leagues. But they've done fantastic to come back up again. It will be sad to see Sheffield United go down. I mean, especially after the kind of season that they had. And yes, Sam Allardyce did show his magic for exactly 90 minutes against Liverpool, and after it just went away. So I think those three teams will go down. Newcastle United will just survive because there have been three teams which are worse than them, and nothing to do with how the club has played or the club is growing. So Brighton and Newcastle will just about stay up.
So I guess the Toon Army will be pretty happy to hear that. However, I just want to add one word of caution. The final match. Do you know? Have you checked out the fixtures and do you know what the final match
I think it's
is?
Fulham Newcastle, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's
Newcastle
Fulham.
away, yes,
It's Newcastle away at Fulham, and
and that will have fans in the stadium. I think last two rounds will have it. So, and 10,000 is the limit, but 10,000 in an Old Trafford won't really matter. But at Craven Cottage, especially with the renovation that's going on, their capacity already is around 18, 19,000, and we saw. The difference only 2,000 or 4,000 fans made when they played against, I think, Liverpool in December,
Yeah,
or not December, before that. I mean,
before
there,
that.
there was a brief period when the fans were back in, and we saw the impact that those,
Impact.
small crowd made on the game. So, let's just hope that, it goes down to the wire. We have, Newcastle probably needing a draw, and then Fulham probably needing a win. With fans back in, it will be, a spectacle to watch.
That's true, and that's exactly where the model that we constructed suggests that based on the home form as well as the fact that who is playing home, who is playing away, and the kind of form they will be carrying with the wins in the previous rounds, it looks like Fulham will win the last round with the like you rightly said, the fans may be back as well, and Fulham will win the last round. So it all really depends upon Newcastle. Newcastle, is it able to pick that one chance that it has against Sheffield United? Sheffield United is the second last match that Newcastle is having, and they have a very horrific fixture list before that. Before that, they have City, they have Leicester, they have Arsenal, they have Liverpool, West Ham. So Newcastle really has, and Tottenham as well. Like the upcoming fixture is Tottenham. So if Newcastle can somehow pick that 1 point against Sheffield United or maybe more, uh, they better pick it up, because if it all comes down to the last match, the prediction is that that last match, and if Newcastle hasn't picked up any point, that last match will really matter a lot.
Absolutely. And, Sheffield is done and dusted, but they will get relegated officially very soon. So they will go through that period. But I think the last two, 3 games, again, they're not a very good, it's not a great time to play those relegated teams. That, because they have nothing to lose, and
Yeah.
they just want to go out on a swan song. So, the shackles will be off, and if they'll be playing Newcastle. I think if the crowd is allowed for the second last fixture, you might have some very angry Newcastle fans in St James's Park, and if Sheffield come out firing and get a goal up, it could really turn ugly for them. So it's really. I mean, I'm just looking at their fixture list, and I'm not really sure whether they're going to pick up any points. That's how tough a fixture list that they've had. And Fulham, Fulham just needs to stick at it. I mean, last season we all thought Aston Villa is
Yeah.
surely going down, but they
Yeah.
just survived on the final day. I think it was away at Emirates. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, yep, yep. No, yeah, you are absolutely right, and that's the beauty of Premier League. I mean, whether we are talking about the top four or whether we are talking about the relegation, they offer the same sort of excitement, and probably relegation offers pretty much more than that.
Yes, yes.
So that was the coverage that we had for the roundup of the next 9 fixtures and how Premier League will pan out. What is your say? Please do provide us with comments on this podcast, as well as again do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and it's and go to our website as well. It's www.epl24x7.com. You can also log in, go to the website using premierleaguemuseum.com, and and see everything that's going on in the present as well as what happened in the past.